Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play some Golgari Phage. So with Final Fantasy, we got a new summon in Summon Primal Odin, a 6 mana 5/3 enchantment creature, Saga Knight. That is Chapter 1. It has Golgari, destroy target creature opponent control. 6 mana to kill a creature, not very good. But Chapter 2, this creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. That's right. Well, that Motorcycle agrees with me. They lose the game instantly. That's insane, which is why I have a callback to Phage the Untouchable. If anyone remembers that card, back in Legion, that was when I first started playing Magic, and I love sticking Legion on what came out in Maraudon, which is Lightning Greaves. Well, I love sticking Phage on Lightning Greaves, and just instantly kill our opponent on turn 7. That was a really fun, janky combo that I did back in high school. That was fun. But now we have a card that allows us to sort of do that, but of course giving Odin haste doesn't help because it's Chapter 2, and the whole trick is that we're able to attack our opponent. If they don't block, they just die. But if they do block, you know, we have Odin to trade for 2 creatures with 6 mana. That's not too bad. And if Odin doesn't die, we go to Chapter 3. It just lets us draw 2 cards, which kind of replaces itself a bit. Ultimately, Odin is just on Chapter 2. The main focus is on Chapter 2, but if we're able to get more than that, I think it's fine. The rest of the deck, pretty standard Golgari shell to help us get there, with one new addition. And that new addition is Summon Fenrir. Summon Fenrir is a 3 mana 3/2 that ramps for a turn. And then on Chapter 2, we get to, whenever we cast a creature spell, put up some counter on it, which is not that great. And then Chapter 3 just draws us a card if we do have the highest power in play, which normally we would in a Golgari deck, but generally speaking, it's just really 3 mana, ramp, and draws a card. That's 3 mana Solemn Simulacrum, right? It's not too bad. You know, I think a 3 mana Solemn Simulacrum is something I would take any day of the week. But this card also combos pretty well in this deck because it allows us to get out the Summon Fenrir a lot faster, or Summon Primal Odin a lot faster, because we need that ramp. And the biggest thing in the current metagame, of course, is that every deck is graveyard deck. So we have 2 Tranquil Throwback to impulse exile the entire graveyard, and then we have 2 Scavenging Ooze to slowly trickle out and drain all of their graveyard. So having 4 graveyard hates in the deck ensures that we will be able to fight those graveyard synergy decks, and the rest of the Golgari shell really just help us ramp there, controls the board by, you know, removing things here or there, and that's the whole idea. Now for going through the entire deck list, we start with turn 1 with 4 Llanowar Elves. That's obviously what we want to play turn 1 to get that mana advantage. But we can also have 3 Cut Down or 3 Duress to kill our opponent's creatures or get into our opponent's hand to see what they're doing. Now, I don't like Duressing turn 1 because might not hit if they're a creature deck, and I'll waste a whole turn. So, generally speaking, if you can turn 1 Llanowar Elf, I will always do that first. Then turn 2 Duress if we need to do that. Turn 2, we also have a bunch of 2 mana removal. We have 1 Anoint to kill, rats that has dice trigger. We have 3 Go for the Throat, which is are just catch all for removal. And then we have 1 Terra Thunder, which is pretty useful against aggro decks. This can hit a Core Steel. Against any other deck, this can hit a creature if we need to. So Terra Thunder, just 1 off its fire. It can also hit opposing Annex, which is fairly useful. And we have 2 Scavenging Ooze, of course. Scavenging Ooze is a little bit tricky. There are ways to play Scavenging Ooze correctly, and those Jund players back in the days know exactly when to hit it. And it's not about just slamming it on turn 2 against every deck, because, it's a 2 mana 2/2. If it gets removed, it's not doing much. Against burn decks, you actually want to hold your Scavenging Ooze so that you can play it and be able to exile 2 or 3 creatures from the graveyard right away. And that way, it's technically a 5 mana 5/5, right? 5 mana 5/5 isn't great, but if you can exile 3 creatures and gain 3 life, all of a sudden it becomes relevant. And if you can exile more and gain more life, it will outpace a lot of the burn decks opponents are doing. Then turn 3, we got 4 Summon Fenrirs to help us ramp, 2 Tranquil Throwback to kind of get all kinds of ability depending on the situation. We can destroy artifact enchantment, we can exile graveyards, we can even gain life, and we have 2 Maelstrom Pulse to kind of destroy a wide board if we need to. Now, my idea about Maelstrom Pulse here is that we can kill, a bunch of the Hopeless Nightmares if we need to, or a bunch of, Quarry Steel Cutters if our opponent got lucky. So Maelstrom Pulse is a pretty good card because the meta is pretty stale. Well, I wouldn't say stale. The meta is pretty one-dimensional, and a lot of people are playing 4-offs, which Maelstrom Pulse can catch a lot in value. I have one D-End. I don't know about D-End in the deck. I see a lot of deck run it, so I wanted to try it. But I don't know if D-End is good enough. If it doesn't seem much, I might cut it for a Sheoldred's Edict, which probably is just as good. And then we have 2 Gix Command. Gix Command is pretty useful in this deck because if we're able to summon Primal Odin, then on our turn we can Gix Command on the Primal Odin to give it lifelink and also make sure our opponent sack all their creatures or destroy all their creatures, and then Odin will go in there for lethal or just gain us life. So that's kind of why Gix Command's in the deck. It can also bring back Odin for repeated lethal if we need to. And then finally we have Summon Primal Odin, which is a 6-mana play. We don't cheat him out. It's just a hard cast 6-mana play. And of course, Holy Annex, that could be a 5-mana or a 3-mana play. I'm going to put in a 3-mana play. Most likely we want to use it to draw cards, but you can also use it to summon Demon. Alright, and then land base, 24 lands. Pretty standard mid-range deck, so we want to have 24 lands. 3 swamps, 3 forests, 4 Blooming Marsh, 4 Llanowar Wastes, 3 Restless Cottage, 4 Wastewood Verge, and then 3 Soulstone Sanctuary to make demons for the Annex. That's the whole idea of the deck. Now let's see if we can phage anyone. Let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Cove the 81. Well, what do you know? Opponent goes first, and we have 2 lands. But we do have removal, so I just need to draw land number 3, maybe? Already bad. Go first against the Izzet. Would I need to cut down? I don't think so. I'm sure my opponent wants to play a Quarry Steel here. Haha, opt. Okay. That means he has nothing. Either he has nothing or he's bad at the game, right? You never play opt turn 1, because that's a follow-up to a Quarry Steel if you want it. Dragecatcher. Well, I think I just cut that down. Go for the throw is more versatile, might be able to hit some other stuff. Even though I want to play on curve. Another Dragecatcher. Oh, that was pretty good. I'm not letting him hatch that Drake on me. That was 2 Dragecatchers gone. They got a third one? No, they're gonna opt. Nothing? Okay, cool. They got a mountain. We Fenrir. Search our library for a basic land. We also put a Llanowar Elf, but that's probably gonna be shot down, right? I don't think our Odin's gonna get much done, but you never know. Slight. Well, you get too greedy and you play no lands in your deck. Here's what happens. Destroy target creature in opponent control. You don't even have a creature for me to destroy. This is sad. You got any more Dragecatchers or you're just gonna quit? We kill 2 Dragecatchers with 2 cut down. And then they opt twice. Then they sleight of hand it. And now they're roping us. Be cool, opponent. Okay. It was being cool. Additional +1/+1 counter. Does he have a burn spell? I'm already on main phase, so it doesn't matter if he has a burn spell. His Odin is gonna be a 7/5, so not as easy to kill. Oh no. 1+1? I thought it was 2 for some reason. 6/4. Still not very easy to kill. Not easy to burn, definitely. And we'll have Fenrir attack. I mean, yeah, he dies to the Odin attack, but he also just dies to the fact that he has no health. Three mana. At this point, you can Quarry Steel all you want. It's not gonna help. It's got 1 mana. So I'm sure his hope is just to bounce the Odin. Make him do it. Didn't have it. I wanted to GG him. That would have been BM here. Alright, our opponent is Llanowar 08. He's also the Mighty, but we go first. We got a Verge, Elves, not much else, but I guess we'll start off on this and see if I draw in something good. That's always, you know, scary, but I don't think I can mulligan that hand. Next turn, I do have Anoint with Elf if you have creatures. They do have creatures. I guess I didn't need to Anoint it that fast. Could have put all a... Yeah, I don't know. I got too excited there. Lightning Strike my Elf? Okay. Annoying but fair. When you play a creature spell, has to be a spell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can afford a Ritual Chamber here. Nah, let's just Fenrir. I have 2 swamps. Don't have a forest. Let's get another forest. I can make a 4/4 throwback. I don't know if that's worth it. Also, the Fenrir probably just dies to a block. No, Manifold Mouse. Okay. Percussionist? I mean, if you want to send your Percussionist to his death. Another Percussionist. I can't do anything with this, right? I could gain 4 life, make a 4/4, or I could make a 5. Making a 5 seems worth it. Also don't want my Fenrir to die, so... Here comes a big Manifold Mouse swing. No, I guess I was wrong. Percussionist. I can just... Oh no, I destroy it. I don't exile it. I don't think any amount of pump gets it over. Put the Monster's Rage here as 5, so 10 damage. I'll be at 10. It's annoying, but I'm still alive. Fenrir dies, I get a land. Okay. So I play a land here. I can throw back, pay an extra mana to... I pay 1 extra mana, I can break this. Do I want to gain 4 life? I gain 4 life at the cost of not being able to do much else. I don't think I want that. I'll just pay once. And we'll destroy this. Can he run over too much here? This is 6 damage. Oh, there's 8 damage, so he dies. I'll be at 12. Ooh, You get a Gunganir. Yeah, I'll be at 12. He can double village to give it trample, or to give it double strike, but it won't get trample. And if he double strike twice and then monster's rage, not double strike, Rockface village twice and the monster's rage with a double strike, it's not lethal. And then the backswing on my side will be lethal, so he has to worry about that. That's why it was a good choice to attack. You can definitely give it double strike, use burst lightning to save his Manifold Mouse. I don't think that's worth enough. Now, if both of those are monster's rage, I don't even think that goes anywhere. Also because the Rockface Village is by itself not a color mana. I block. There's another rage. 2, 5. Not enough. Unless the last card is a fling. Well, actually, you can't play it. Does he die? Does he want to keep going? Let me show him the Primal Odin. GG! Bang, bang. Alright, our opponent is C. Finn. He is an initiate. He sees Finn, I sees opponent go first. Alright, well, we're gonna try. Some removal and an ooze. Does stop a lot of decks. Just having an ooze makes me feel a little bit more confident. Not that it might last long enough for the ooze to do his stuff. It really depends on what our opponent's doing, but this looks like a graveyard deck with the avatar and then the little chariot thing. But if it's a graveyard deck with a lot of removal, then our ooze is not going to last. Oh, never mind. It's just mounted. What was all of that thought process, man? Did all of that go in? I don't need to cut down. Let's see if I get punished. I don't think I want to cut down here. Do we kill the mouse? Yeah, this is a double strike. Wastefoot Verge. I'm not gonna ooze yet. Go for the throw will be pretty useful. And then the ooze will be huge. Almost unstoppable. He's gotta have to tap out. I want to have 4 lands to make an ooze of 4. Screaming Nemesis. Alright, that's pretty good. I duress you. Do you have anything? 2 rages. Well, you're down to 1 now. Now, I definitely am wary of a lightning strike, but I guess if he lightning strikes, I can use the mana in response. Yeah, I don't have 4, so I don't think it matters. It is a burn spell, but he let this happen. No, we'll go to my turn. If it's a burst lightning, this ooze can survive a burst lightning. Higher Claw. Is it coming at me? It's gonna try. I guess it's gonna try. Nothing. Oh, then he's giving me more chances to make my ooze even bigger. Do I have anything in the graveyard? I don't. Fenrir. Fenrir's cool. Gives me another land. Gives me a blocker. Definitely want another force. We're gonna summon Odin on his ass. Come at me, bro. A 1-2. Little old 1-2 here. I'm gonna block like this. Is there any way for him to get Fenrir out of the way? You know what? If he does, good on him. He had to spend all his spell just to survive. Ow. That hurt. That hurt my fat little feelings. Fenrir is a creature. And we're just going to take his rages. He drew 3 rages, by the way. Just didn't need any help. Well, we're going to Gungnir his butt. No attack. Not necessary. This is not even legendary. That's insane. You're going to get phaged. I don't know if our opponent's aware of the phage. Oh, he's just letting it happen. Just casually gonna take the 5. Lightning strike? No? You gotta strike it. This is lethal. GG. Just gets phaged. Fun. Alright, our opponent is the Zikalango. We go first against Zikalango. Llanowar Elves first or Duress first? Llanowar Elves first. Gives me so much variance on what I can play next. Mountain. Oh, never mind. All that variance out the window. Swifty. Yeah, no blocks. Also no black mana. I do want to duress him. I think I'd do that. Yeah, let's duress him. Look at that. Turn inside out. But then again, he does have a lot more creatures. It's a handful of creatures I don't want to have to fight, huh? Let's put out the Scavenging Ooze. It's gonna be an issue. Challenger. Oh, that's a draw. That is a draw. So I'm gonna kill one thing. I'm not gonna be able to kill 2 things, so I can put a tap land down. If he plays Manifold Mouse, I'll have to kill the Challenger. Well, to be fair, he's already played something. He's already played a land. He's not going to get another land out of it. Manifold Mouse is going to go away. It's perfect. It's going to give it double strike. Didn't attack. Heartfire Hero. do I kill here? He has a Manifold Mouse. He also has an Emberheart Challenger. Probably still the Challenger though. I'll eat that for breakfast. Jeez, another land? I don't like that at all. This is risky. I'm not really sure how am I gonna fight this. Him not attacking is making this real hard for me. It's gonna probably put it all there. No. Put it in some random places. Is he going to be patient? He's probably not going to attack here, right? Oh. He was not patient. It's going to be his mistake, not being patient. I'll trade like this. I gotta go to full control mode. Ah, that's what you get, red deck. All right, so here's what's happening. Let me do some instant playback. So this can block the Heartfire Hero. I'll add a green mana at full control mode, and then the Scavenging Ooze can block the Manifold Mouse. So those two are gonna die. And once they die, I can use that green mana on the Scavenging Ooze to eat the Heartfire Hero. And then it'll be a 4. And on my turn, I can eat the Manifold Mouse, so there'll be a 5. Now that he has no more Heartfire Hero, he's not growing, which means my Scavenging Ooze will outscale everything he has, because he can't grow no more. So yeah, that is how we make this deck work. Alright, our opponent is Colin. We go first. Again, Elf, or actually, this is not an Elf or Duress choice, because I cannot Duress, so we're just gonna Elf. Also, I got no turn 2 play, which is unfortunate. I could Duress him, but that's about it. And I'm gonna, but still feels bad. Dodge. Esper Origin. Surveil to gain 2 life if his spell is played from the graveyard. I think he wants to do that anyways. For the flashback. Gonna take away his Day of Judgment. Throwback, huh? Throwback is interesting. Fenrir, okay. Saved by a Fenrir, because otherwise I will have to throw back for no reason. I think we get another green. I do need another. I got Llanowar Wastes. He's gonna Overlord here. Oh yeah. We got plans for that. This is right. And I paid 2 green. One green, 2 green. Decline the 3rd green. So we will destroy, exile. And destroy this. Exile your graveyard. No Esper Origin for you. And if he plays a creature, we can Odin it. If he doesn't play a creature, I don't know what else is going to happen, but he top stack Day of Judgment. Okay. Okay. Not going to hit anything here, but, you know, it's still Odin. Still does his stuff. Yuna just a chump. Oh, no. No chumps for you. Do you have a ley line? You're gonna need a ley line here, or you lose. Oh, Phage for the lethal. Fun. Alright, our opponent is Nasty K0. Go first with... That's a lot of black spells I could not cast, because... Force. We'll see. It's a cut down and a go for the throw, which is a lot of removal, and 2 Duress, which is a lot of disruption. That's pretty good. Never mind. I think all that goes out the window here. I don't think I'm getting to Odin within this year. Is another Pixie deck? It is another Pixie deck. So he's gonna Pixie, bounce the Nightmare, and then play a Nightmare again. I was gonna Momentum Breaker. Alright, then I can drop my Duress. Now it's gonna Pixie the Nightmare. Okay, no, just Momentum Breaker. I can drop Go for the Throw against... Ooh. Soulstone Sanctuary. Well... Not sure I want to turn that into a demon right there just to get momentum breaked. There's a Pixie. We'll kill this Pixie first. Now drop a Forest. He's probably got an exile spell somewhere, right? Or he can demo field my Soulstone Sanctuary. I don't mind that, to be honest. I draw an extra card and use up all his mana. Yeah. It's fine. I get my drain. There's one Pixie here. It's not really doing much. Nowhere to run on my Soulstone Sanctuary. It does LD me. Annoyingly enough. Pixie back to Nightmare. To Nightmare the end. It's a lot of cards. Can't bring anything back. Oh, I can bring Odin back. Oh boy. That's a different story. I can bring 2 creatures back, right? Nothing. No attacks, nothing, huh? He's got 1 card. I wonder what he has. I don't really want to make him sack this. It's probably just a bounce on... If he bounced, no Momentum Breaker or nowhere to run. I don't really mind if the Llanowar Elf dies. I can also create the Cottage in case I want a fodder. Like a sacrifice fodder. Scroll Shift. Oh, I got a land to discard, so... You can do that just fine. Oh, that's a good card for me to get. Nothing crazy, but it's still pretty good. He takes nowhere to run. He wants to try that game. Okay, no, he doesn't want to try that game. I guess he just got 2 nowhere to run. That's weird. That's a weird play. Alright, let's see. Let's return 2. And destroy each creature power 2 or less. It's probably got a bounce spell. No, it's just died. You're gonna take 6? You are gonna take 6. Well, GG then. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he does gain a life. Forgot about that. But hey, you know, I'm at 16, he's at 3. Ambrosia. Oh. That is a play I did not see coming. I'll give him that. Scraping the bottom of the barrels here, but he's getting it done. He might have another bounce, right? So do I want to play the throwback? If I play the throwback, I can do 2 things. I can break the momentum breaker so we can't bring it back. I think that's pretty good. Pay 1 and then decline the rest. Oh, another Sanctuary is pretty good too. Yeah, my apologies for GGing him early. I forgot that he has Momentum Breaker. I wasn't trying to BM him. But the game was effectively over at that point. I think I was very far ahead. He's letting this happen, so maybe there's a nowhere to run. If I Primal Odin him, he bounces it, what happens? Lots of annoying things what happens. Or he can block, bounce. That's a lot of annoying stuff, that's for sure. I could also Soulstone Sanctuary, then he'd know where to run my Soulstone Sanctuary. I don't want that to happen, so maybe it's the throwback attack. Just to see what cards he has. Flanker. Flanker's not an insane card, so if he just wants to trade, I'll trade him. So he's got 2 cards left. If we Odin, how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana. I can do 1. Six mana play, or a 2, 3 mana play, or a 3 and a 5 mana play. I say we do the 3 and 5 mana play, right? Fills out our curve, draining him for 2. We still have an Odin threatening him, and we're gaining life. And a Soulstone Sanctuary next turn could potentially drain for 4 life. Yep, GG. I mean, I might have GG'd him early, but like I said, the game was effectively over at that point. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those Golgari Phage games, how does this deck feel? I've been saying Phage, but it should be Odin games because let's give this card its due. Let's give its namesake its due. This is a Odin deck through and through, and we got a lot of wins because we were able to attack on a chapter 2 in this Odin. And this is great in the Golgari deck because a lot of times what I feel is that a Golgari deck is very good in the early game to stifle a lot of aggression. But when we get to the mid to late game, it doesn't have that big oomph that a lot of combo deck has. But this deck does, because guess what? I don't need a combo, I'll just kill him. And that's kind of the idea of this deck. So let's officially change the name, right? It's a Golgari Odin deck. That is this deck. It's all about getting out the Odin, and we were able to get out the Odin for the win a lot. Because, number one, a lot of opponents don't see it coming. It's not a very popular combo. More so, it doesn't look that good. It's deceptively good because once we get chapter 1, then on chapter 2, which we will have all of our mana open, we get to remove their stuff. We remove their whole board, and Odin's going to get in for that lethal. And that is this whole idea of the deck, right? And it did very well. Now, I did say something in the beginning that might be a little bit misleading. I said that we need 24 lands for a mid-range deck. That's not true. Mid-range deck generally runs 25 and sometimes even 26 lands if your mid-range deck can have a higher curve. Now, of course, 26 usually is for control, right? So I would say 9 times out of 10, you want to have 25 lands in a mid-range deck, but not this deck. We got 4 Llanowar Elves and then 4 summon Fenrir. So we got a lot of ramps in the deck already. We're not really going to get mana screwed that often. So I would say 24 lands is the hard cap for this deck. You don't want to get flooded too hard, and this deck definitely is susceptible to get flooded because we don't have that many card draws, right? The Unholy Annex is a card draw. It's a very good card draw, but that's about it. Right, the Summon Fenrir, or actually Summon Odin, is a card draw on Chapter 3. Summon Fenrir is a ramp that also card draws potentially on Chapter 3, both of which takes a while to actually get that card draw going. So honestly, this deck does lack that draw, which means you have to play every card you're dealt. Good old Jund. And, you know, this is not Jund, this is Golgari. We don't have red, but it plays the same style of cards. Now, I wanted to try to fit Bob in this deck. I couldn't do it. I didn't know what else I can cut to fit in Bob, and I don't know if Bob would be good because honestly, we're gonna reveal Odin and deal 6 damage to ourselves. I don't know if I want to do that. So yeah, I don't know if I can fit a Bob in here. Holy Annex is a lot better than Bob because obviously it has a top end demon and it's potentially draining our opponent rather than just dealing damage to us. And that's how I feel about this deck. It's a very strong deck, very fun to play, and catch a lot of opponent off guard. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.